Look at all of these beets. For half a bed, it's not bad at all. Welcome back to the Garden Hutch. Today we're going to discuss week 44 of 2023. Let's get going. Well, week 44 has seen the most changes of any week in a long time here on the homestead. Now, we knew going into week 44 we were going to have 3 to 4 nights where we got a freeze, and we did. The lowest point I think was only like 28 or 27, so that really saved a lot of the stuff in the gardens. Of course, we knew some things were going to get, weren't going to make it. It's just how it goes. A lot of your summer plants, they don't dig that kind of cold. But what I thought we could do today is let's just go ahead and take a walk around the homestead and let's see what made it and let's see what didn't. To start with, look at the lettuce. We went ahead and trimmed all of the nice looking leaves from the bottom of them, but as you can see, the lettuce made it and they're starting to reform beautiful looking heads on here. So we gave away quite a bit of lettuce. I couldn't believe how much lettuce came off of these. I do want to point this out though. You can see in there, you see those smaller lettuce plants? Some of them didn't make it, and I'm not sure exactly why. Like that one back there, it did. But this one right here, it got burned up. You can see that one right there. A couple of the bigger leaves did as well. But I'm thankful that most of the lettuce made it. You can see in the garden, it looks significantly different now than it did just a few weeks ago. Leslie's already taken her loofahs down. She's gonna let these sit on here and cure though. She got a whole bunch of these things this year, which was nice. And it's a good spot to grow them. So as you can see here, the greens, they're doing fantastic. The parsley made it. It does really well right up until, I don't know, like low 20s or so. But the basil and the peppers, they did not do as well. Now, I'm sure most of you know this, but we'll just go over it real quick since we're just taking a look. But we like to leave a lot of these dead plants in the garden as long as we can. I probably won't pull them out until into January or so, something like that. And then I'll make sure that I pile them on the edge of the gardens. The reason for that is we worked really hard to get a lot of beneficial insects in the garden this year. So what I don't want to do is I don't want to take them away from this area, all the eggs and things that I want to hatch in the springtime. I'd like them to be in the same area. So as we continue through here, again, basil, tomatoes, they didn't do so hot, but you'll notice the greens did. So this whole turnip bed, they made it through. There were a couple of volunteer potatoes in there and the freeze just, killed them, of course. But it won't be long here and Leslie and I'll be eating these mustard greens. I'm excited about that. And check this out, all the baby greens, slowly but surely. So, hopefully around mid-December, we're gonna have ourselves a nice pot of mustard greens. And then just to kind of finish it up, of course, the beans, they didn't like it. The marigolds, they didn't care for it at all. And the cucumbers in the old garden, they are done for the season as well. We're going to step in here to the top garden next. I do want to point out real fast, just a reminder, we're going to leave the peppers and tomatoes there for the beneficial insects. Also, we are not going to plant anything else in this garden until probably the middle of February or so. So this is where our gardening experience will start next year. We'll move from here then to the pallet garden, and finally the old garden. It probably won't be planted until, late into the early spring, maybe mid-April or so. So as we enter the top garden, I just want to show my beautiful banana peppers. We had so many banana peppers and they are finally done. But that's a sad day, but I'm super proud of the way they did. Also, look at all these carrots. They seem to have taken off, in fact. Started to grow a little bit better since the freeze. We're really excited about that. This bed is really going to pay off. We did good in the springtime, but if we can consistently get large-sized carrots twice a year, we're going to be really excited about that. You can see these turnips, they're doing well. And then up here in my shadow, we have the radishes. And again, these guys, it won't be long and we'll be pulling. These radishes don't take very long to mature. We still have quite a few radishes hanging out in the crisper inside. Look at that okra. Yeah, we know okra doesn't like the cold. So I'm not sure about the lettuce in this bed. You see how it's kind of shriveled a little bit now? I don't know if beans got in here and took out some of them, but especially on that end down there, it looks like a lot of those plants didn't make it. So I know I just said I probably won't plant anything else, but if in a couple days we don't get more coming up down here, I probably will go ahead and just throw a few seeds in the ground. I don't have much time left to garden. I think I want to try to maximize the time that I do. Check out those tomatoes. But we got quite a few of the cherry tomatoes this year, so I'm really pleased with how that turned out. The greens, look at the contrast between the plants. The bell peppers, yeah, they didn't enjoy it. But then we got happy greens next door to them. And same situation down here. The pimentos and the hot peppers, they're done. But the turnips, they're just rolling right along. Just a few things to add here as we wrap up the video. Heading into week 45, the temperatures are gonna again change dramatically. We're looking at the first part of week 45, several days in the mid 80s. So that's gonna be nice. The gardens will respond well to that. Hopefully we'll get, come on, man, don't you see? Anyway, so hopefully the greens and things are going to benefit from that. We'll get a bit of a growth spurt. Also, we may have to go ahead and water again if the wind picks up. I'm hoping we can kind of avoid that. And on a final note, in the pallet garden, our beets, as you saw at the beginning of this video, we got quite a few of them. But the beets didn't make it through the freeze, so I'm gonna have to start planting those earlier and probably in a different location. But on a good note, you can tell from the size of the beets that starting them indoors in the seed trays and moving them outside, that's what we're gonna do from now on. So I'm really excited. I think we have a really good idea on how to start on our beets. So hopefully next spring we'll be able to put that plan into motion. Of course, I'll share that with all you folks. Well, at this point, I think I rambled on long enough. As always, I appreciate everyone hanging out with me today. Till next time, I hope you folks take care of yourselves. Peace.